It's Thursday, September 6th, and this is Drive Check, a Cardfight Vanguard podcast, brought to you by the generosity of our patrons, including Nick Gidillini and Wesley Welch. Wait, did you catch the Delibird?
I did, and then I caught a smoochum too. So we're just rolling in the mons.
Are you trying to catch all of them, or are you going to breed some and just like grow them, age them, evolve them?
Filling up the decks. So a combination of everything.
Yeah, okay. Just like I think it's a fool's errand to try to do everything by catch because you'll be doing that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, there's some that I have to actually breed for anyway, so.
Yeah. Oh boy. The things we did last night. I don't know if we can repeat them. How are you guys doing?
I'm alive.
Really? That's the best you can handle?
Yeah.
Jack, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Jack, are you living your best life?
I'm living my best life. I'm about to get real busy, so I'm trying to enjoy the little things while I can.
Are you a junior now?
I am.
Are you graduating next year?
Yeah, 2 years from, well, yeah, I guess a year is the right, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years, whatever the proper.
Well, if you're a junior now, you'd be a senior next year.
Yeah, so I am graduating I graduate 2020.
Okay. Do I have to buy you like a really expensive graduation gift?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Good. I've got that recorded and that's set in stone.
I mean, if you'd like to, obviously I will accept it. But no, obviously you don't have to.
Have you received any interesting mail lately? And I mean mail.
I've been receiving my packages from TCG Player.
Packages from TCG Player? What could be in those?
Your boy has a standard deck now, so that
trust me, you're not my boy.
Okay. Well, and I was talking to the listeners, not you, Will.
Oh. So which standard deck do you have?
Oracle Think Tank.
OTT, OP. I could say OPP, but that doesn't work.
No, it does not.
OP. What standard deck do you have, Jack?
I have Aquaforce.
Aquaforce.
The strongest of the three clans, for sure.
Strongest
Not
of
really.
the three from
Exo clans.
What's
Champions of
called
the Asia Circuit?
Yeah, that one.
You honestly think Aquaforce is better than Grand Blue?
No.
Well,
I was kidding.
We're looking for a new co-host for Drive Check, a Cardfight Vanguard podcast. So submit your applications because we won't have any Aquaforce losers on this program.
well, Jack and I played last night, and I did not do too well with Grand Blue.
Cole, what went wrong?
Part of it was I didn't draw correctly, and I haven't had the experience of playing against Aquaforce with the first time that I've played my Grand Blue deck, so it was a combination.
Well, I mean, you know, it
These
takes
just
time
sound like a lot of excuses to me.
It takes time to learn the patterns and the ways of the Grand Blues. It's such many diverging paths.
Yeah.
But you guys have my mom, you guys all have something in common. You all bought the Leon Soryu starter trial deck thing.
Yep.
Yeah, we did. And did any of us pull the signed one? I doubt it because it's really rare.
That's 1 in 44 usually.
Yeah, it was way less during the wasn't it less with the legend decks? Isn't that when they started doing it?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Well, because I pulled the hot stamped blaster blade from my legend deck.
I did that with my Overlord too.
Yeah, and the fact that like we know people that did that on 2 occasions, I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did.
Oh, they made it super rare with the reboot.
Because the prices are like way higher than they were compared to the hot stamp prices before.
Yeah. Yep. It's super rare. Like you can buy a pack of 6. And usually you'd be able to get like 1 or 2. I think it was 1 back in the day. Now it
was 1 per case back before, I believe.
Yeah. So it's like 1 in every 4 cases or something like that.
Oh my god.
No, it's 1 in 44 decks.
So okay, so 44 divided by
I'm sorry. It's 2 in every 44 decks, 2.
So 1 in 22.
Well, but
so
it doesn't
work
out that
4.
way because Ideal 808 it did a test where they just opened decks to see like how many it would take, and they had to do like the full 44 so I don't know. Yeah, so, it is 1 in 22, but.
So Marine General of the Restless Tides Algos SP, which is the cover card grade 2 for the Leon trial deck, the SP is at like 54 right now on TCG Player.
Yeah, but you don't have one.
No, I know there are only 9 available. So like that just kind of proves the point that these are a lot more rare than the last round.
Yeah, and that's not even the signed card.
I know, the signed the signed
gift marker.
Those are more common, I think, though, are they not?
No, that's what Algos is the first SP in the V era. So
really?
Yeah.
Yes.
But dang, it is. I didn't even realize. So let's do some research. Let's go to trial deck 1. And for those of you listening at home, if you want to follow along, just go to shop.tcgplayer.com/cardfight-vanguard/vs-tdo1-ichi-sendo.
What are you trying to do?
I'm just checking prices. No, so it says the Blaster Blade is an SP, but it doesn't. Does it say it on the card? That's the real question.
No, it's the foiling, I think.
Oh, Cole, and the foiling. Oh.
Well, so
obsessed.
so the Blaster Blade and the Overlord were signed. Algos isn't signed. I guess.
There's a signed Blaster Blade?
Yeah, in the trial decks.
I thought that was just the gift marker.
Yeah, no, just the gift marker.
No. I'm looking at TCG Player.
Are you sure you're not looking at the Origin Rare from the Q4 set? I'm
sure, because it has the original, or not the original, it has the trial deck art. If you like I said, if you want to follow along, you can just go to that link.
Holy cow. You are right.
I don't want to follow along. I want to get this show on the road. We've already recorded like 40 minutes worth of content.
I wasn't here for 30 minutes.
Whose fault was that? I got Grand Blues in the mail. I'm going to be playing my Grand Blues. Very excited for those. I got that deck built already. So we're in the next phase, but of course, I'm already going to have to start plunking down some change to get my Shadow Paladins soon. So we'll see how that goes.
I need to get my Dark Irregulars.
Be more excited for that deck than for the Grand Blue deck that you've been playing? Like, does that deck seem more interesting to you than the
I haven't played Grand Blue at all. I am most excited for Grand Blue.
Okay.
But none of us, besides you guys playing each other, none of us, I didn't get to go to a shop on Sunday because I ended up recording ISE way too late, so I couldn't make it out to Island Games. Neither of you guys? Oh wait, Cole, you played.
Yeah, but I didn't play Grand Blue.
What'd you play?
Nova
Grapplers.
The strongest of clans.
Nova Grapplers.
Yeah.
But it went well for you.
Oh, yeah. Only one game against Grand Blue.
Yeah. So maybe Grand Blue just has bad matchup against Excel clans then.
I think it does because it doesn't get the hand advantage that Oracle Think Tank does.
Well, no deck gets the hand advantage that Oracle Think Tank does.
Right. So it turns out drawing cards is really good.
Yeah.
And when you're the only clan that does it, drawing cards is really, really good.
Yeah.
Like I have draw triggers, and I have one unit in my whole deck that draws cards, and it's an on hit, and that's it. And that's all that Aquaforce gets in terms of drawing. OTT gets like all of these cards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe I won't be playing Grand Blue for too long, or maybe I'll just play Premium Grand Blue.
That sounds like fun.
Salty special. All right. Did we have any erratas last week?
I don't remember.
I have absolutely no idea.
And nobody has written in with any, so we'll take that as a clean slate.
Yeah.
All right. So for today's episode recording, we have an interview with Kevin Ajolt Nguyen, which will be inserted after the news. So that would be the bulk of our episode today, whenever you're listening to it, this morning, I don't know. But Cole,
sounds juicy.
Actually, Jack, I want you to start with the first news item.
In November, the anime will start to cover Volume 6 and on. And do you know what takes place in Volume 6 and on? Will and
Qualia zombies?
No. Miyagi High School.
But isn't that where they encounter the Psyqualia zombies?
No, those were
reverse.
Those were Link Joker zombies. Those were reverse zombies.
Wait,
those
are you talking about the original cartoon, or are you talking about the manga?
The original cartoon.
The manga has Psyqualia zombies.
Wow, there you go. That sounds exciting. So yeah, that's what's happening. Oh, well, I'm glad. That's interesting. They're actually expanding on Psyqualia more than they. I feel like they didn't really expand on it very much in the original. Maybe that's because I didn't watch it as much. But anyway,
no, they didn't. It was just him and Ren, and then a little bit into Asia Circuit. But
we're going to Miyagi High School.
Don't you think Leon has Psyqualia?
Yeah, he does.
He does now.
He does now. I don't know for sure if he had it before.
No.
He had the wind by his side.
All right.
Oh wait, no. He was taken over by the void. Anyway,
let me read you a little piece here. Psyqualia was introduced in the manga before its anime debut in Chapter 10, Girls Fight. Tetsu and Kai discuss the power at length, where it is described in personal terms as something that Ren has made complete. Kai insists here that a battle between Qualia is not a true battle and makes reference to Ren as being fake for using Qualia. I guess they mean Psyqualia, but whatever. In Volume 0, Koji Ibuki was revealed to have an unknown form of Psyqualia. In Chapter 24, Kai's Closure, it's revealed that Toshiki Kai has Psyqualia. When he first used it, it was against Aichi in their fight. It was revealed that Psyqualia can turn most card fighters into Psyqualia zombies.
But if you're not most card fighters, then you can overcome the Psyqualia. I guess that's what I'm assuming at least.
Yeah, it's probably something like reversed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just curious if I want to see if we're gonna get Evil Kai again, because that was kind of cool. But
I don't know. I never read the manga. I just heard bits and pieces and rumors.
Me too.
I don't want to have an Evil Kai though.
Well, I mean, the more Kais in the anime, the more Kagura support we get, and the more Kagura support we get, the more I might switch to playing Kagura.
Ugh. All right. So you said that Miyagi High School was going to happen. It's happening. You're all happy, even though
no, that's not soon enough, or it's too soon for that. But I was right.
Kind of obvious. So Aichi is going to continue using Royal Paladins. So basically, even though they had a set called Champions of the Asia Circuit, they're not doing the Asia Circuit.
Well, the Asia Circuit happens every year, right?
Yeah, no. So the Asia Circuit was the tournament that they just played in. That those three, remember in the first couple episodes of the anime when they were talking about.
I know, but they're not having a sequence where Aichi goes and does the Asia Circuit.
I bet you it'll happen after, like when he's in high school. I bet it'll happen in the next arc.
Ah, interesting.
That's what they'll do.
And we're getting Naoki. Naoki. Wow.
Naoki.
Cole. Naoki. I thought it was Nao.
It might be.
Ugh.
Nokia.
And Shigo, the glasses guy
Nokia
with
and
the bowl
Shigo.
cut. They're gonna play Narukami and
Which was-
Nubatama.
And that's a surprise. What did he play in the original anime? I don't remember.
He played.
He was
Kami.
one of those guys that played a bunch of different clans, right?
Yeah,
Nope.
I know Spike Brothers was one.
Okay.
At least for like one or two
Well, no,
fights.
Naoki always played.
Yeah, no.
Narukami.
He was
that. We're
always
talking-
Narukami.
Yeah, we're talking about Shingo.
Okay.
Shingo. And then I think he did play Nubatama, I thought. Or maybe it was Murakumo.
Well,
I think it
this
was
is good. So
Murakumo.
now we have- Well,
because-
they want to give Nubatama support because Nubatama like just got off of getting a lot of support, so I guess it has a lot of players now, so they want to keep those players happy, I'm sure.
Nah, they don't care about the players. They
That's
they need to
also
have some reason to have Nubatama. They've already done Murakumo, so.
True.
All right, Mizaki is using Oracle Think Tank. Korin's using Gold Paladins.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how the Gold Paladins are getting introduced. So no Jewel Knights.
Well, let's say this is the second support for
Paladin
them.
support, yeah.
Yeah, because you got Ultra Rare. And then you have this one.
Yeah, but weren't the Jewel Knights Royal Paladins?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
No, but like this is good because before Gold Paladins and OTT and Kagero and Royals all like became underplayed in bad clans because they stopped supporting them in the anime because all the characters that played them switched to other things. And that's why OTT and all these clans were so bad for so long. Now they're continuing to support them, so they're going to stay good and they're not going to fall out of favor.
You guys are so weird.
How?
Why?
Because I said one thing and you guys went down a completely different path. All I said was there's not going to be Jewel Knights, and you're like, well, yeah, but they're supporting all clans at the same time. But that doesn't address the question that there won't be any Jewel Knights. And there's some
We
people that
don't know.
really
There
like
might be
Jewel Knights.
There might be Jewel Knights in the
Yeah,
set.
but
We just don't know.
Jewel Knights is a sub, or maybe there'll be Gold Paladin Jewel Knights. You never know.
I mean,
What
that's
if all of a
possible.
sudden-
That's true.
There you go. And
But
then,
yeah, I mean, but the
I
goal
can
is to
play
have all the clans supported by the end of the year. So they have to assign the clans to people in ways that they didn't do it before.
well,
So-
but I think at this point though too, they're still like giving certain clans like multiple rounds of support before the other clans are introduced.
to
right?
keep, to
Like-
keep them balanced and
Yeah.
up to date. I think they're kind of just ramping up that way. I don't know.
Well, so also, I guess we're gonna get into this later, so never
Yeah.
mind.
We are.
Yep.
All right, Cole, tell me
Yeah,
about the next news item there.
So, Trial Deck 05, Misaki, and I think it's Misaki Tokura.
Yeah.
And then Trial Deck 06, Naoki Ishida. See, I spelled it right there.
It's
Wait,
the
did I?
same.
No,
Is
you,
it?
Same in both spots.
Uh,
So,
Never mind. So they're getting trial decks in Japan on November 11th. And Misaki's trial deck actually has 8 new cards, and 6 of them are reprints.
okay.
great. More reprints.
Well, that's good. Well, it's better than OTT getting. Actually, that's not true. Well, maybe it'll be reprints from the set that are expensive.
Oh yeah,
Never know.
it'll be, well, maybe not expensive, but from the set for sure. I'm just
Yeah.
hoping it's not the triggers, because I think it'd be cooler.
Oh,
to
that would
have
be really
whatever-
yeah. Because you want to play more triggers. Because if you want to play like 16 crits, you can't in any of the clans right now.
so
And 16 crit decks are fun.
if they're making her a pure Magus deck, then it'll be things the Magus Magi
Yeah,
that have been
like-
already done, like
that were
Circle
in the-
Magus, Lodgen Magus.
like hexagonal Magus, rectangle Magus, and
Those are the-
Kure
Oh,
You know,
Magus.
those are the new cards. But there's
yeah.
Maguses in the first set though.
Yeah, like
yeah.
lozenge Magus.
Yeah.
and-
Lodgen, Circle,
Circle.
Farfalle.
Yeah, you get it.
Well, that's
Sure.
3 of them.
So, what? Maybe just the place where I got this next bit of information translated something incorrectly, but it said both of the decks come with 3 different triple rare cards, 1 copy each, and 1 unit among the remaining 11 will be triple R foiling. That doesn't make sense to me compared to what they've recently done.
Yeah, I think what it means is that
any card from the deck can be foiled.
No,
Yeah,
I think what they're saying it's the whole thing where first off, so what they're saying is that there's going to be like the grade 3, one of the grade 3s will be foiled, and then the other ones will not. So not that you only get 1 copy of that grade 3, it's just only one will be foiled, which is what they've done in the theme decks already.
Yeah.
And then they'll pick one of the other units, like Blaster Blade or something, to be foiled as well. You see how that? It's like because they say triple R
one unit
foil,
among
so
the
it's the
remaining
style.
11 though. But it's saying among the remaining 11 though.
There's 14 new cards.
Yeah, there's 14 new cards. So I'm saying, I think
cards.
I think what it's saying is that any of the cards in the trial deck can be foil.
No,
except for the 3 that are already foil.
Yeah, they won't do that. They're just going to pick one because that printing.
Well, are
expense
you sure?
to
Because I
foil-
feel like that would, but I also feel like that would make them sell way more. Because if all of a sudden you can get all of the trial deck foiled, all of these people are going to buy cases instead of just a couple copies.
Some people will, but
Yes,
I don't think
yes,
that's it. 'Cause
but-
that's just way too expensive of a way to do things. For
I mean, other games do it.
Yeah.
Pokemon do it with reverse foils. Magic, you can get almost any card foil. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're doing.
I mean, like, because with the legend decks back in the day, half of the deck was it one version of each card in the deck was foiled. So
those are also more expensive, granted, which proves Will's point a little bit. But
yeah, but they were also better decks too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
So
we'll see.
yeah. So that was the thing. Misaki, yeah, she has hexagonal, rectangle, and core magus, which I learned that I think CUORE is a heart.
It means heart. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a heart shape.
Actually, it means hearts. Doesn't
Hearts.
it? I studied Italian for 8 years. You'd think I'd know what that one is.
It doesn't look plural, but anyway, so that's the thing. And then now I spelled it correctly. Naoki Ishida, the dude with the lightning dragons, gets 14 brand new cards. Obviously, his triple rares are going to be Great Composure Dragon, Reckless Dragon, and Lizard Soldier Riki. I don't remember any of those cards.
I don't know.
yeah, I thought about playing Narukami, and that's it. I never actually played it.
Yes.
That's
all right.
the closest I
So
got was thinking about it a little bit.
core is the singular, and then quarry would be hearts. So
Go with an I.
go. Yeah. All right. So when does Miyagi High School Card Fight Club that coming out?
December 14th.
December. So
In
they're
Japan.
just gonna keep. Oh, okay. So not until January for the U.S.
Yeah.
That works.
Well, hopefully.
All right. So there's all kinds of. We don't have to go over the different rarities. We'll go over that when we actually look at the set as it comes out later on.
Well, I mean, there's some
There is
interesting stuff in here.
one thing to point out.
There's three.
All right.
Two.
Which is
Well, first off, there are 5 VRs because it's supporting 5 clans, which are I did not. Anyway, it's Royal
They didn't
Paladin.
get all of them. They didn't give us all of them. It's I have it pulled up.
You should.
It's they reveal it's a octagonal magus, I think.
Pentagonal.
No. Yeah, it's pentagonal magus, King of Saints, Monarch Sanctuary Alfred, and Daytonic's Drill Dragon.
Those aren't the clans. Those are the main
the
cards.
clans?
The
I know, but
clans.
I thought that's what you were asking. Were the
Yeah, no.
No, the clans are Royal Paladin, Oracle Think Tank, Gold Paladin, Nubatama, and Narukami.
Yeah. So and then those chase cards that Jack just reeled off are that Then there are 6 ORs, so that means that one clan gets 2 of them.
Oh man,
I wonder what that could be.
Yeah,
That's
and then
really interesting.
there's also 2 IMRs, so hopefully 2 clans get one, and not just one clan. Royal Paladin gets 2.
No, it's probably going to be Gold Paladins and Narukami, because nobody cares
Really?
about Shingo.
Well, you think it'll be? I don't know.
I don't think it can be Narukami. But
I don't think it could be Gold Paladin either, because like, I bet it'll be. I feel like it would be Masaki, because that would sell a lot of.
Mhm.
Oh,
lot
you
of
know
people
what?
like
She didn't get
Masaki.
one. That's true.
Yeah, and then
she
also
doesn't
I
have
feel
one.
like Corrin, like she's getting this is her second wave of support, so I feel like it'd be weird for her to get one now, because the only unit I could see getting in, I mean, unless they reprint Ezel as an IMR in this set, which is entirely possible.
Possible.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I bet it'll be the girls, because that's what people will want.
Usually.
I'm calling it
Yeah.
right now. It'll be
Yeah,
Corrin and
usually.
Masaki.
Yeah, and then there's also apparently one special reprint. Don't know what that is. And then there are 3 subscription cards, which are probably just Japan, and they probably do. There's probably like not an event, but what's it called? Campaign. There we go. Something like that, where you can like turn those in and get something or something. That's all. Also, the 8 triple rares, which I guess that kind of makes sense because 2 of the 5 clans in this set are getting trial decks, so they don't need more triple rares. Also, this is the first set that has 5 clans in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
You know what happens when you have 5 clans and 5 VRs? Will?
I don't know what happens.
You get 2 VRs per box.
oh yeah,
That's
that's
what we
right.
get.
Yeah,
instead of
How many
1.
SVRs do I get?
I'm assuming that's
Wow.
not.
One of the
something-
VRs
there's no
could be an
information.
SVR is what that is.
yes, yeah. So that's a future change happening with the sets that are 5 clans or more.
All right. Let's go through the card reveals. Why don't we go, Jack? Why don't you do the first one, because you're more. Well, no, actually, Cole, you're more of a gold paladin than Jack is. So
Okay.
you can do because
No,
you
Cole,
did
do the first one. I want the second.
you liked the
Okay.
bluish flames, and those were gold paladins, weren't they?
Yeah,
Those
they
are
were.
fake gold paladins. Those aren't real gold
Hey.
paladins.
Ouch, that hurts. Warring Brave Knight Tornus. Continuous on the rearguard circle. If your soul has 1 card, this unit gets power plus 3,000. If your soul has has no cards, it gets 8,000 instead of 3,000.
And
Is it
what
1 or
great-
more, or is it 1?
one?
don't-
Oh no, it has to be 1.
Oh, that's dumb. I don't
One
like
or
that.
none. So you
Okay.
need to soul blast away somehow. But what grade is that one? That's a grade 2?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
grade
what's the
2.
base power?
8. 9. It's
yeah,
9.
it should be 9.
All right, so,
So
it
it
could be
still doesn't hit force numbers, which is dumb.
12 or 17. That's okay. All right, you wanted to do the second one?
Yes. Yes. She's. I don't know.
It's a
They're
she.
back. She's back. Listener of Truth Din Drain, one of my favorite cards from the original Gold Paladins. Grade 1, power 7,000, shield 10,000. That's normal. Auto rearguard. When this card's placed by a card's ability cost Soul Blast 1, either draw a card or countercharge 1, and this unit gains plus 3k power. That's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's
Well, countercharging
so-
is good.
we have one
Drawing
card
is good.
reveal. You have 1 card reveal, and Gold Paladin already has more countercharging than Royal Paladin, which has happened before, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So Din Drain is gonna be. I mean, I'm assuming Gold Paladin is gonna be the same as it's always been in calling from the top of your deck. So you're gonna play 4 Din Drain so you can hit it. And it's a good card anyways because it's flexible. Flexible card, like you don't see very many flexible cards in Vanguard.
Yeah.
So the fact that
where you get to
this card
pick.
is flexible is like really good. We've been starting to see flexible cards. We saw a couple at the end of G, and we're seeing some like the Aquaforce card, the Jedi Penguin dude. He's
Yeah.
So like we're getting some more now. So flexibility is always good in card games, and this is you get to pick between two really powerful, like high value effects. So and it's a 10K booster, so it's like why would you not play this card?
All right. Million Ray Pegasus, grade 2. It's an Angel Feather High Beast. Base power is 9,000. Shield is 5,000. But it has a continuous ability either on the rearguard circle or the guard circle, not on the vanguard circle. If a new card is placed into your damage zone during this turn, this unit gets power plus 5,000, shield plus 5,000 until end of turn. So it has intercept.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and it keeps every time you do a damage check or do one of those rescue checks, it just keeps getting more power.
So what's also interesting is it doesn't have to be on the field in order to get that guard bonus. It just checks the number of times that you've healed, that a card has been placed into the damage zone.
How is that?
It says if a card is placed into the damage zone during your turn.
Yeah, but I think
but it has to be on the circle.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's.
I've heard
it would say.
I mean, it would be on the circle. It's a good rearguard anyways, so it would be on the circle.
Yeah.
Because like it's already like you're gonna be looping your triggers during your turn anyway, so it's gonna be it can get up to like 19 on its own as an attacker, so it's gonna be on the field anyways. So you're gonna be able to intercept with it anyways. Well, you're not gonna be able to intercept with it because they're just gonna attack it first. Because you're gonna intercept with it.
Yeah, and I don't think it says during your turn because it can also happen on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, exactly. So you can guard with it from your hand, or you can like when you intercept with it. That's why I'm saying like if you intercept with it, like they're gonna attack it. They're gonna attack it first because if they don't attack it first and they deal damage to you first, all of a sudden you have a 10-15K intercept on your field.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So they're gonna get it's a high priority rearguard.
All right, so Cole, tell me about what we have heard about the Neo-Nectars because they've got some weird new mechanic going on.
Yeah, remember when you thought that they were going to be Bloom?
No, that's not. I never said that. I just said that was their little trick from the past.
Never mind. I'm not even going to get into it anymore. Pansy Musketeer Sylvia, grade 2, power 10,000, shield 5,000 because Neo-Nectar is force. Auto on the vanguard/rearguard circle. When placed, you can call one plant token to the rearguard circle. A plant token is a grade 0, power 5,000, critical 1 with boost, and is not from Neo-Nectar. Is not affiliated with any clan. It cannot be a part of any clan. So it's not like Cray Elementals where they're not affiliated with one, but they can be in any. They just have no clan.
So are Neo-Nectars XL?
No, they're force.
Oh.
Which is why their power level is 10,000 for a grade 2.
Because I was thinking, for some reason I had it stuck in my head that they were XL, and then this was a way that you could like boost the XL circles, but that's not going to happen.
I was thinking that too, but then I remember that Gold Paladin is the actual XL. So that's the thing. So there's a couple.
Yeah.
Plant tokens have a little bit of some ruling, not necessarily ruling, but like questions about rulings and whatnot. So like traditional, I guess not traditional, but like with the imaginary gifts, you can use custom plant tokens only in casual play and not for official tournaments.
So can I use what are those things called? Pictures of Taylor Swift?
No. Polaroids. No.
Polaroids, yeah.
Or you can in casual, but not in official Bushiroad tournaments. They do not have a specific zone that they belong to. However, that means that they have to be basically they have to be visible when you're playing. They can't be like shoved in your book bag or whatnot, and then you bring them out when you need one.
Yeah.
Because That's apparently cheating.
You just hide them with your gift markers.
Yeah, you just stick them in that pile. Yes, I can imagine that if you're playing a game and all of a sudden you're digging around in your bag in the middle of the game, that's kind of cheaty, suspicious type behavior there.
Yeah, plus it slows things down. Yeah, and it just slows things down. So there's that. Tokens have to be in different sleeves, but they can be in the same sleeves as your imaginary gifts if you sleeve imaginary gifts. Let's see. If a token is locked, it leaves the field. If a token is locked or leaves the field, it is put back into where the other tokens are.
That sounds about right.
That means that if you try to lock it on that rearguard circle, the rearguard circle then becomes open. So that's the thing. Tokens are not normal units, but are treated as rearguards or units in general. If your Vanguard has Lord and you control tokens, your Vanguard cannot attack because your tokens on the rearguard circle are not considered to be of the same clan. So that's fun.
All right. So
what's also interesting is this. Sorry, before last bit on the tokens. This is not Neonectar specific. Like only Neonectar gets this. It's not what this is. So it could pop up later in with different clans and whatnot. So it's something to look out for.
All right, interesting. So read me, Jack. Why don't you read me the first Neonectar here?
Pansy, Musketeer, Sylvia.
Read the second one.
What? Okay.
Why can't you read the first one?
Because I just read that one.
Oh.
No, you didn't.
Duh, because you were talking about
did.
You were talking about tokens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spiritual, that we can blame that fuss up on Will's behalf.
That's fine.
Spiritual Tree Sage, Irminsul, I guess is how you would say that.
That's a good way, good pronunciation.
Grade 2, power 10k, shield 5k. Auto rearguard. When placed, if there are 2 or more grade 0s among your rearguards, cost counterblast 1, draw a card, and during this turn, all of your units in the same column as this unit get power plus 5,000. So it turns those tokens into 10k boosters.
Nice.
Which is real good.
Yeah.
Also, it means you're all of a sudden Neonectar now has this thing where their triggers are now better boosters than any other clan. So now they're playing a bunch of good boosters instead of, you know what I mean? Because your triggers are grade 0s as well.
Yep.
Obviously.
Oh, so you're right.
You can use your triggers as 10k boosters now too, which is better than any other clan. So I'm sure Neonectar will be good because they can hit better numbers, and better numbers so far is really important in V era. So
yeah, that's very true. All right, our last card here is Sage of Guidance.
And you get to draw a card? That's really dumb.
Yep.
Sorry.
You need hand advantage. You need big numbers and hand advantage. That's how you play this game.
Well, then why does Aquaforce only have big numbers and no
Use the wind, Leon. I'm sure the wind will guide you to victory.
It did yesterday.
Well,
yeah, it did.
Sage of Guidance Xenon, like the processor. Grade 1, he's a giant. All the sages are giants. Base power 8,000, shield 10,000. Auto on the rearguard circle. When placed from hand, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If that card's grade is the same grade as your Vanguard, ride that card as stand, and if it's not, put the card into your drop zone. Throw it away? Was that the card that was revealed on the episode where Aichi
where he rode Soul Saber
needed to be able to get up there?
Yep.
And it wasn't a good card before. It's not a good card now.
Isn't it like exactly the same effect?
I'm going back to read the original one. I think the original one might be better even.
You do not want to wait out of Zanbaku. That is for sure.
No, I mean Granblue's better escape from Zanbaku.
No. So it is worse. It's better power, but it's worse in that. So it's an 8K. The old one was a 6K, but the other one it was when placed on rear guard, you can do the effect. This one is when placed from hand. So you can't superior call Xenon to use his effect. You have to call him from your hand. So it's even worse than before.
Wow. So nobody's going to play this card, right?
It already wasn't good before.
No.
I mean, if all of a sudden Zanbaku is a busted deck, then I guess. But no, other than that, no. This card's not going to see any play. If it didn't see play before, it's not going to see play now.
True.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, we made the last piece of news.
What? Oh, Dragonic Overlord has a double rare reprint in the mini booster, and Undo gets a common full art reprint. So Undo is the starter, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you get a full art, but it's common, so who cares?
So
and Dragonic Overlord gets another art.
That the text is like cleared?
Yeah.
Without the text box around it? Okay.
Yeah,
no
and it's
text
only
box.
one line of text, so it's like there's no text box.
Yep.
There's none of it. Because it's when ridden, draw a card. That's all it says.
Pretty much.
Is this a new art of Dragonic? Dragonic. Is this a new art of Dragonic Overlord?
I think it's the trial deck one, but just a double R foiling.
Well, that's cool, I guess.
It didn't look different to me on a quick glance. It might be, but I don't think so.
Double R foiling is my least favorite foiling because it just doesn't look like really much of anything at all.
Undo looks nice. I'm just looking.
Yeah, the Undo looks really good.
All right, so this is the part of the program we will cut over to the interview that we did this week. And after the interview is over, we will return to close out the program. I guess, actually, I think all the top Vanguard players are just relatively fit people. I've never seen somebody at Table 1 who didn't have some level of fitness. So, Cole, you're in the Midwest. It's a whole different territory there. So why don't you introduce yourself, and then we'll give some background about why we're interviewing you.
Okay, so hello everyone. I am Kevin, also known as Ajolt. I play within the DMV area, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia area. My locals is the same place where Will goes to, the Island Games. And I've been playing the game for about, I'll say like maybe 4 years.
So 2014?
Yes, I came in actually right when Stride got introduced, so I was a little spoiled on that part because I never got experienced just twin driving only and limit break Legion.
Oh no. So basically you came in right after I left, because I left right before Legion started, and then so it's like right around that turnover time.
Right in the first set got introduced. When Gear Chronicles came out, that's when I got into the game.
What were you doing before that?
I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, I mean, that's what we say. Vanguard is the refuge of people who get tired of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, that's basically what it is. So I got tired of the game, and someone introduced me to Vanguard, and so I gave it a try. And someone said, there's a new mechanic I introduced. It's like extra deck, just like Yu-Gi-Oh! I was like, oh, cool, let me try it out. And here I am.
So wait, who is that person? Was it Gabe?
No, I actually met Gabe after I got introduced to Vanguard, but I think it was one of the locals from at Island. Someone introduced me, and then they told me to come in like Sunday because I was going to do Vanguard, and then I met everybody else, and then they taught me how to play the game.
And now you're the king of Vanguard. So
I won't say the king. King of maybe one of the best in the country, but not. Worlds is my my dream. That's
are you going to be going to Japan in January?
I'm going to Japan. Yes, it's free trip. They sponsored me, so I'm definitely going.
Just remember to bring a jacket. It's cold in Tokyo. I hear. I'll never get to go.
Yeah, here's in Akihabara. That's where it's going to be at, though, in Tokyo. So say
that again.
It's going to be in. I heard World's going to be hosted in Akihabara, the district of. Yeah, so that's going to be really nice. I might get lost there.
Yeah, isn't that where the anime Do Ra 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 takes place? Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of things happen there.
So we've gone past a lot here. First off, do you prefer Ajolt?
I prefer Ajolt if you're not like, first name basis with me.
Like if I don't see you at locals on most Sundays.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, my hang up is like I always call people by their first name. I rarely ever use nicknames.
I mean, locals is fine because I see people all the time in this area, but usually people outside, like I travel, they always go by Ajolt. But I'm fine with either or.
Yeah. Well, then Cole can call you Ajolt and I'll call you Kevin.
Works.
And before we get like too into stuff, you've been doing some YouTubing.
Yes.
So what is your YouTube channel that you've been doing?
All right, my YouTube channel is SAK Vanguard, as SAK Vanguard, and I just started doing my YouTube like recently, like probably like a few months ago. And I mean, I only really did it because I had like the bigger YouTubers such as Different Fight and Solid Vanguard kept messaging me, kept pestering me, make content, make content. We want to see you make content. So they told me to make content, so I decided to give it a try, and I'm actually really liking it. So I'm still going to do more content in the future.
So be honest with me. With your Oracle Think Tank deck profile that you did, which I watched, you only did that to hype the price of Tort and what's the Ohishi the discard 3
oh,
draw 3?
You know my secret.
Because now I can't get a daggone Tort for the life of me.
Yeah, everyone's looking for those. I mean, this was like recently in TCG player, so you probably get a hand now.
Oh, did they come? Because the last time I looked, they didn't have any.
Yeah, they had it for like $8, I think. Last time I checked this morning. But,
that's
back
easy.
then,
I can afford that.
back then it was like you can barely find them. They're like maybe $10, $15, but now it's a little more affordable.
Well, and Cole said he has one for me, so
Yes.
that's not too bad. So the first. Like, let's start with older stuff. So right when Premium started, was it like an ARG or was it was an ARG in Atlantic City, right?
Yes,
where you did OTT?
That was when when Q4 first dropped. That's when the first actual split of the format happened. So, and that was like, it happened like, that ARG happened like a day after Q4 came out, so everywhere was like, rushing to get all their cards to play there, and I got all my OTT stuff, so I decided to play it. And I was really thinking that everyone's going to play OTT, so I was expecting a mirror match, so that's what I built for.
But you had a mirror match, didn't you?
Only in the finals. I didn't see a single OTT at all until the very end.
And how long did that mirror match take?
About an hour and a half.
How do you make that happen?
I mean, you're both playing for tech, so you know how the interaction Ichikishima and Silent Tom.
Yep.
You can't guard, but in the mirror match you can actually guard. So
wait,
for tech markers.
I thought one of them made it so you can't use grade ones.
Great. Yes. Ichikishima says no zeros or G guardians, while Silent Tom says no normal units. Protect markers are not classified as either one.
There you go. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so that win con was out, so it became like a grind game.
But you won that one, right?
Yeah, I won that one.
Yeah, that's no surprise there. And then for the ARG, I guess the national championships, where was that? Philadelphia?
It was Philadelphia, yes.
And for that one, you came in third.
Yep, third. But this time I didn't play OTT. I played Bermuda Triangle.
Yes, this is your new.
Yeah, the whole trend I started for this deck.
So and that's premium as well, right?
That was premium, yes.
And then you just had the Secaucus regional in New Jersey.
Yep, that happened last weekend.
And you played Bermuda Triangle again.
Yep.
And you came in first.
Yes, I did. Also came in 8th place. I came in top 8 for standard with OTT.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah. I topped both formats, but I didn't make it past top 8 for standard. I got sacked pretty hard, unfortunately.
What beat you in standard?
I went against Spike Brothers, and then he went in all. really aggressive, and he hit a crit first attack, and he hit another crit the second attack. I was like, okay, best out of ones, and I was like, okay.
Oh, was it best of one?
Yeah, all
that's hard
regionals
to
are
come
best
back
out of
from.
yeah, all regionals are best out of ones.
That's gross.
Yes, it's really really hard to top in best of ones regionals. So that's why OTT feel like the best deck because it's so consistent.
And safe too. Like
Yeah,
if you
it's
can
safe
keep
and
getting your
consistent.
protect gifts. I mean, if I can do well with OTT, that says something about the deck. Not that I've gone to a regional yet, but let's talk about your Bermuda Triangles. Is it Gizeh Bermuda Triangles, or is
No,
it
it's
just
not.
pure mermaids?
It's mermaids. It's a special variant. I use my main Vanguard as Anjay, and I use a special tech that I started where I use Twa and Riviera engine, which is basically what I will do is it allows me to superior ride from my deck.
Mhm.
So if I go first, like let's say I'll go first, I ride a 1, they ride a 1, they give me damage. I ride a 2. I use my grade 3 skill that activates in my hand, lets me counterblast and superior ride a grade 3 Riviera from my deck. So I'll be on grade 3 while they're still on grade 1. And you know how the new stride ruling works, right? If you're on grade 3 prior before your prior turn, you get a stride. So I've been striding on my opponent while they're in grade 2. So that's the whole trend I started, and I won with that.
Well, you've put your deck list up on your YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's up. I mean, even Brashear's gonna have my deck list on their website too, so it's no point hiding that. So everyone knows about it.
Do you have the Mojito?
Yes, I have. My deck is completely SP'd out.
Wow.
Yeah, max rarity mermaids. So.
Yeah, and we've only done the standard at Island, so I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But maybe someday when premium's going to be way too hard for me unless they have a Link Joker premium. And then
it'll come back. It's going to be deleters for sure.
Yeah, I know. I already got all those deleter cards too, so I'm set. Oh, so what does Ange do? Is that the one that like wipes the board? Like
she somewhat. So basically, she's the main card that lets Bermuda's like get a lot of advantage. So like on ride, I get to select 2 cards on board and return to hand. It could be either players. And if I return my opponent's card, I draw a card. If I return my card, I search any card with the GB2 text on it to my hand. And that's on ride or stride, so I can do it twice in one turn. So I'll ride and stride, and I'll +4 right there. I'll get 4 cards.
Geez.
So that's a huge advantage play right there. So it's really defensive, and my strides always push. You know, it's 3 stands, push, big attacks. The only problem with Bermuda is there's no support for Vieira, so I had like fight against everyone that had new stuff.
Oh yeah, you don't have the triggers yet.
Yeah, that was a struggle. Like I have to like no guard everything because I can't do like no pass anymore.
Oh jeez. So when have they announced when Bermudas are going to come out? Cole, you keep track of this stuff.
In English, no, not yet.
Okay.
But in Japan, you get the trial deck in February and the set in March.
So probably about a month or 2 in English. So maybe like April, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well,
and that's going to be weird because everything else should be released by then, I think.
Yeah, Bermuda's going to be the very last one as always, so I have to wait that long. And the sad thing is I can't even use Bermuda's, the new stuff for Worlds, because World happens in January.
Oh, that's true.
So,
dang. Yeah. What will be out by... So, I think Link Joker comes out in December. Does it?
I don't know about English. In English, it's going to be the Gear Chronicles set with Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in English, so that would be out by then.
I can't say what you're going to do for Worlds because that's
I don't know.
a whole 3 months away. But you, from my point of view, and you can deny this, you're not somebody like, you know, with me, I have like the 4 or 5 clans that I play and that's it. Like you're never going to find me playing Gold Paladins. I'm never going to play, what are those crazy circus people? Pale Moon. But you're more of you just follow the meta kind of player.
Well, that too. I would follow it or I'll build against it. I mean, I don't really play every clan. I used to play like almost like every clan, but then I kind of like broke it down to like a certain few decks. Like I kind of want to do the thing, where you have a deck for each gift marker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been doing. So Bermuda's Force, so I've been keeping that as my Force deck. And then Excel, I'm going for Pale Moon. And Protect, I have OTT, but I only play OTT for Standard. I don't play OTT for Premium anymore. And Nubatama is Protect now, so I'm actually looking at that. Maybe.
Not Granblue?
No. I'm not into dead pirates.
Oh, but I mean, what if they're the best?
I already have my my water deck, my Megalania deck. So
oh man. No, I've got my Granblue deck built already. I just gotta play it. Cole, did you get your cards in?
Yeah, they're all sleeved up and everything. I can't wait.
Super excited for that. That's cool. So let's get back. Everybody knows you won. They can watch your video to find out more about your build and your thoughts behind that. We're never about like the professionalism here, but why do you play TCGs?
I mean, it's a really great hobby. Like I enjoy it a lot. Like I feel like it's also a really good stress reliever. Like, and I never expected. I was doing it for fun and just to enjoy the game. But I never thought.
What was your first TCG? Was it Yu-Gi-Oh?
My first TCG was in fact Yu-Gi-Oh.
And how did you get sucked into that?
The TV show. I think most people that played Yu-Gi-Oh got sucked in because of 4 Kids. I played Yu-Gi-Oh on the show on Saturday mornings. So that's how I got into it.
And were you originally from the DC area?
I born and raised in Virginia, so yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Fairfax, Virginia.
And you're still around there. But you decided to go into the military? Something like that?
Yeah, I went in like a few years ago.
And that's when you were playing Pokemon?
Back then, I was not playing Pokemon. Actually, while I was in there, the place where I was stationed at didn't have a Vanguard scene at all. And they only had Magic or Pokemon. So I had to choose between the two, really, if I wanted to play TCGs while I was there. So I decided to play Pokemon again and pick it up. And it was fun. It was like I played it for maybe a month. And then when I got back home, I never touched Pokemon ever again and went back to Vanguard.
So why not Magic?
I just don't like Magic, especially how deck building is. You have to be competitive in Magic. It's really expensive, and
That's true.
The commitment. And so I just didn't want to do that because Vanguard's my main game. So yeah, I didn't want to. So, and I think Pokemon was like a lot more budget to play, and I just wanted to just play for like while I was gone.
Sure, I mean that's understandable. So SAK Gaming, is it like family friendly to say what SAK stands for?
No, let's just go with SAC, because you SAC triggers for Vanguard. Let's go with SAC. So SAC Vanguard. Don't worry.
What the initials are for?
Yeah.
So how did you guys get together?
We started with like a small group of friends hanging out. We like to play Vanguard and hang out, and it was really small. And we were just like, we only made it for fun, and we didn't think it would be like a big thing. And eventually, as we started going to more locals and more events, we started hanging out with more people and started getting together. And then we thought like, it would be cool if we actually had a team, because we saw some other TCGs that had their own team. I know ARG has their own team for certain card games. So we're like, let's just try this out, see how this goes. And then I never expected it to be this big, so.
Well, I mean, you guys got hoodies now. You have hats.
Oh, they got hoodies.
Yeah, it's like you can see when the cool kids show up. But here, I have a theory. I have a hypothesis here, which I just realized very recently, that SAK is is like the Team Foo Fighters from the cartoon, because if you lose at a tournament, what happens?
Oh yeah, so we have a little punishment game to encourage our players to do well. And
See what I said?
Yeah.
the person who does either top or does the worst in our group eats like blazing sauce, like ghost peppers. So that's our punishment that we do, like a traditional thing.
So yeah, they have the ghost pepper sauce, and I at one time it was like you had to eat a ghost pepper wing for like every spot below top you were, or something like that.
For every loss you took, and if you're the last person in our group. So yeah, we had that happen. We actually had that happen actually over this weekend. But actually, everyone in our group and our team, they only lost at most 3 games, so it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is like that controversial topic that came up during episode 100 of Drive Check, where I said Howard's a good player. Howard didn't do too bad this weekend.
Howard made top 8 for standard, and he came 10th place for premium. He came really close.
So
I actually kind of bubbled Howard out in premium because he also had a higher record than I did. There's a lot of tiebreakers in top 8 for day 2 for premium. There's a lot of X1s and X2s, or which was one loss, 1 win, or whatever.
So let's tell the kids about how you prepare. I know you do card fight area, right, to practice.
Yep.
And you have people come over to your house and you practice, because I seen that on Facebook. Never got one of those invites.
He's not bitter.
It's team exclusive.
Oh,
Sorry.
Wow. I mean, someday I dream of getting the hoodie and the hat. What other kinds of things do you do, like for thinking about deck builds and stuff?
I always like to play what I enjoy and then try to like see how the meta is. Everyone in our team plays something different, which is nice, so we have more diversity to practice against.
That helps, yeah. But
yep, that definitely does. So we just play what we basically enjoy.
But what were you looking for, like when you built the Ange deck? Did you just like kind of notice that it had the because Tachikaze's has a can get to
they
grade
had the
3
same
real
concept.
fast.
I kind of got inspired for that build because our fellow Dino player, our locals John, plays Dinos, and he did that, and I got the idea off of him because he did that. I was like, what clans can do this too? And I noticed my clan could do the same thing too. I'm like, but better and more consistent. So I was like, okay, I'll try this out. And then now my deck build is like the go-to build for the clan. So that happened.
Yeah, but you also like, you're always on top of stuff. I mean, I remember like, I think it was like the Friday before Easter that we were all at Island and you were just like ripping open packs looking for Gize. Oh.
Yeah, like that was really hype. It was a new mechanic deck. That's when Ultimate Strides first got introduced. So that was really hype. So
that's right. It was the Ultimate Strides, because you beat me with Gize, which I'll never forget. I'll never forget that match because you wouldn't let me get enough damage so that I could. I don't remember if it was like Stark or whatever I was trying to do to get something off.
Yeah, that was back then when there weren't really as many Gize players, because back then Gize was considered the rich man's deck because you had to have all the Zero Dragons to use it to play it. But now everyone's been playing it regionals, so it's a pretty common deck now.
Yeah, and you were playing Angel Feather Gize.
Yeah, Angel Feather Gize. But now it evolved to OTT Gize.
So what's the difference between what makes OTT Gize better than Angel Feather?
OTT gets a lot more hand advantage, and on top of that, they have protect markers. So it is so hard to break through OTT Gize. Angel Feather Gize, it doesn't get as much hand advantage, but it can probably get to Gize faster. But the thing is, Angel Feather doesn't have their VR stuff yet, so everyone prefers to play OTT
there you
Gize.
go. That's true too. But But when you were at Secaucus, I think you said you didn't see too much OTT for some reason.
As for Caucus, I saw OTT Gize everywhere. I didn't face the normal OTT deck, like the Ichikishima Santon thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I went against a total of 6 OTT Gize the whole tournament.
And what's your strategy for that?
It's really hard. Like it's a hard matchup, so I had to get really lucky against that matchup. So my idea was I kind of need because you know how Gize likes to not give opponent counterblast. So I just didn't call anything until I started striding, and so I would have counterblast to work with.
Oh yeah, because they had to attack your Vanguard, kind of force their hand that way.
Yeah, the forces it. Unlike Angel Feather Gize, OTT Gize has to attack because the only way they can get triggers is they drive check. Unlike Angel Feather, they have rescue checks, which is so that and it's not an easy matchup. Definitely after this weekend, I'm changing my build. Or I need more crits in my deck. You need crits for going against Gize. If you don't run enough crits, you're gonna have a bad time.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way you win this game is by doing damage. So
yeah, the thing is, I run rainbow triggers, so I ran stand triggers and draw triggers, and those don't help me as much against Gize at all. Especially draw triggers, that's really bad.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're gonna get hand, and
hand doesn't matter against Gize. You're taking 5 damage.
So, do you use the one perfect guide where you can have 6 copies?
Yeah, I run 6 of those. I maximized my defense pretty hard. I did 6 perfect guards, and I even run the grade 2s that's treated as a heal trigger, so I can G guard. So I run it's basically running 8 heal triggers.
Nice.
Those Bermudas have some tricks up their sleeves. They're just creepy mermaid ladies. Yeah. So what are you looking to do like competitively for the rest of the year?
I'm still gonna be playing. I'm still gonna be traveling and playing. Like I'm not this title achievement isn't gonna stop me yet. I'd still like to travel and enjoy the venue for Episode or even maybe ARGs. I still gotta help out my other teammates to get up there because I don't want to go to Japan by myself.
But so wait, let's say what is the next regional that you? It's
Georgia, Atlantis, yeah.
Yeah. So let's say you go to Atlanta and you win that one. Does that mean nobody from there gets to go to Japan, or does
it gets passed down to the second place person?
Okay. I was like, you could just block everybody else from being able to go to Japan, and then you auto win. Except you're probably not going to go to Mexico.
Well, it's the top 3 players go to Japan. It's only the first place player that gets sponsored, like free trip to Japan.
Oh, yeah.
So second, and third can go to Japan, but they have to pay out of their pocket.
Guess what? That's not a cheap flight.
Yeah, it's an expensive flight. I look at the round trip for that, and it was like $1,280.
Yep.
Oh, like, whoop.
Even this far in advance, too. That stinks. What are you going to do? Let's imagine we're in January. It's Japan, and you're paired up against Daniel.
Oh man, Well, Daniel's a Royal Paladin player, so I'm okay with that.
I mean, dude can play other decks besides Royal Paladin.
I just know him for Royal, so and I do not want to see any more Gize players, but there's going to probably see more. I don't know what that meta's going to change though, so we don't know what's going to happen. A lot of the clans will be out.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder. So also, do you have to play premium in Japan? You can't switch to standard.
You have to play what you got invited for.
What got you invited there?
I think it's like if I win or top as well in standard, you have to play one or the other. You can't play both.
Oh,
because everything happens in one day. All the events.
I mean, yeah, because that Japanese real estate's real expensive, so they can't have these multi-day events.
You have to choose which format you really want to play if you get both.
So if you become the world champion, are you going to just not talk to anybody anymore?
I'm going to retire and disappear.
Gonna hide in the mountains.
I find that hard to believe because you love card games.
Yeah, I play card games in the mountains, just like the anime.
The Shadow Paladin
Yeah.
douche.
Wait, I was thinking more. Do you remember that guy who got kicked off, like in the original anime? He got kicked off of Ren's team, and then he was like traveling around the world, and he was like in a snowstorm or something with like 2 other people. You guys don't even remember
I
this.
remember. I remember that episode. Yeah.
But now you're gonna, I guess you're gonna carve mermaids out of rock.
on the mountains, yeah, to do the face.
Oh Lord! So what do you want to tell our listeners out there? We got listeners all over the world, from Middle East to Southeast Asia. What do you want them to know about Vanguard or anything in general?
I like to tell them that if you are interested in your like premium, but you only play standard, I mean, it's not as scary as people think it is. At least just give it a try. And because like when the format split happened, it felt like there isn't enough player base anymore as it used to be. So everyone plays standard now.
Or for standard?
For both actually, but premium mostly they lost its player base because there's not enough interest for it because people haven't like give it a try yet, and they made this assumption that it's like too cancerous or something. But it's not as bad as it was thought to be. It just so happened that this tournament had like 5 OTT Gizes in top 8. I was like, wow. What? It's not going to be like that anymore because Shadow Paladin's coming out, and Shadow Paladin will put that deck in check.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the G zone for Shadow Paladins? Because it's not going to be Luard anymore.
They're still going to play Luard for premium. They have access, especially they have access to Phantom Blast or Diablo. That's the answer to Gize. So it's going to kind of discourage people from playing it, or it actually puts them in check, so it won't be as winning as much as it used to, or right now.
That's true. I think I have Phantom Blaster. I remember I bought Diablos and then I played them once and never again.
How does that happen? How does it?
Because Phantom Blaster Diablo says you pay to cost Cannon Blast 1, flip another copy face up, and then the Vanguard gains 10k and a crit. And when he attacks, you retire 3 as the cost, and your opponent has to retire 2 in order to guard from hand. You cannot retire Xeric Dragons if they're on Gize.
That's true.
So they cannot guard at all, so they have to take a crit to the face.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to have their damage up enough.
You have to have at least 4 or maybe 3 damage and check another crit. But it's an answer. It like puts them in check. It puts that pressure against them that they have to stay at low damage all game.
And it does, because I was going to say it force retires stuff, at least 1 unit before when you play. I think that's how the Shadow Paladins work. Yeah. It's been a while since I've looked at those. Oh.
I mean, it's going to be a big thing, too, for Standard as well. I know a lot of people like to play Shadow Paladins in our area. It's kind of like the iconic. Like, it's like kind of like the cool Royal Paladins. Like, people wants to be the dark version of it. People like that stuff.
I like Shadow Paladins. I'm edgy.
Yeah, people like it. Yeah, if you don't want to be, like the good guys or like, the all about friendship and stuff or like royals, just play Shadow Paladin. You'll be the edgy one.
So, do you feel, since we were talking about premium, that there's going to be some kind of support for premium other than just having the competitions in the future?
I feel like what premium, like, it's starting to slowly grow back because, like, at first when the format split happened when Q4 dropped, premium was practically almost dead. But now with more clans getting their support and more VR getting new triggers now, more people can play, it's been growing over time from what I noticed. So I hope to see like within maybe like probably by January, a lot more people will be getting into it, especially what happened at Nationals when Living Proof was playing Spike Brothers and he won against OTT Gize. There was not a hype tournament for premium before then, and now after that, it was so much hype going on. Everyone was excited. People just want to try a premium now. So hopefully the same thing happens at Worlds.
Do you think they'll have something like a fighters collection with new strides or something like that?
New strides? I don't know. Maybe. I hope so. I hope they bring out more units. I don't think they're going to do that until the anime catches up. So right now the anime is hitting its second arc when they're in high school. Yeah. And after that, it should be, because I believe it was 2 seasons of Aichi and 1 season of Chrono after that. So I think Chrono's coming back. I'm not sure. But
well, wait, no. So we had the original season. We had Asia Circuit, which, well, they didn't. They said Champions of Asia Circuit, but there is no Asia Circuit.
Yeah, because there was when they first announced that Standard was going to happen. They had a timeline of the anime schedule, and it was 2 seasons of Aichi and 1 season of Chrono after coming back after that. So if it's still going like that, then Chrono's going to be coming back, and if Chrono comes back, Gear Chronicles come back. If Gear Chronicles come back, Strides come back. So that's how I think it might happen, but not too sure.
Yeah, so what they've announced for Gear Chronicle is that the grade 4s are in the deck.
Yeah, this is some other characters playing. Chrono's not going to be the character for the anime for this one. So it's interesting that they kept the stride mechanic, but just moved the stride into the deck, basically.
Yeah.
Main deck. So I like how they did there. They try to keep its, what gears were kind of like known for when it got first introduced.
Well, yeah, so it's the sort of what is it, like spinning up a grade and everything like that. All right, so Cole, I have one more question, but Cole, did you have any questions that I didn't ask?
No. Throughout the conversation, all my questions pretty much got answered. So, yes, that just worked out pretty well.
All right, so this is the last and most important question, and it's not, are you in BTS? Because we all know that you are, and that's why you're so rich that you can live a very casual life playing card games all the time. I mean, although it's hard work being a Korean idol, you have to be in front of the fans all the time. Even though
I feel like I'm the same with Vanguard 2 now after this weekend. I have so many people come approach me. When I went to regionals last weekend, I had a few people come up asking for pictures and all that. I was like, I'm not used to this for Vanguard. I'm like, I'm just a casual player.
Yeah, right.
Casual.
It's such a lot. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. It's like if I sit down at a table across from Kevin, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to win, and I lose all hope. But nothing casual there. But here's some advice. Don't use your real signature if people ask you to sign stuff. Come up with a new signature. Come up with your autograph signature.
All right.
Otherwise, people are going to steal your signature. So, last question. And this is the hardest question for me to ask. Since we've battled a few times, what would be a piece of advice you would give to me for the way that I play Vanguard that would improve my ability to play?
I think you just have to. I think this kind of applies to every card game or anyone, but I think knowing your matchups is the most important thing. Knowing, it's nice to know what your own deck does, but you kind of should know what your opponent deck does too. That puts you really far ahead.
Yeah, I think I agree with that because one thing I was thinking about is whenever I play against you, you always know what my deck is going to do.
Yeah.
And
I feel like you don't know what my deck does.
you
half
got
the
that
time.
right.
So will please study up on my deck.
So wait, what are you gonna play on Sunday? So we've
Like
got.
standard. I mean, as the only thing I always play, it's pretty obvious. I'm pretty sure you should know what my cards do by now.
You're not gonna change to one of the.
No, I'm not. I'm
Aegis-
not changing till Pale Moon comes out. Then when Pale Moon comes out, you should probably learn how to play against that.
Well, I mean, whatever my undead pirate ghost people tell me to do, that's what it's gonna be. Or something. I don't know. Pale Moon, that's Call from the Soul. They're Excel, so they're going to call a lot of things out. And then. Is it going to. Yeah, because Excel is better than Protect. Ugh. I mean, it's a tough matchup, just like I've always had a tough matchup with Novas. All right. Any last words for the listeners?
No. Well, I guess so. I am Ajolt, and if you guys haven't followed me or subscribed to my channel, it's SAK Vanguard, SAK Vanguard, and Twitter's Kevin Ajolt, and that's about it. So
Kevin Ajolt, all one word?
Yep, all one word. That's
you
my
don't
Twitter.
Have an underline?
Nope, I just Kevin Ajolt. That's it.
All right. Thank you for joining us tonight, and yeah, people follow Kevin so you can become, well, not world champion this year, but next year. And then
when I retire.
After he retires, he's just going to open a Vanguard Academy in the mountains and teach all the children how to be great Vanguard players.
And we're back from the interview.
Well, wasn't that a blast?
Yeah, it was great. Also, the Dragonic Overlord is just new foiling, not new art.
I'm sure that'll be fun for them to hear 45 minutes after we were talking about it.
Hey,
even though for us it was 30 seconds.
All right.
It'll be 5 minutes.
Don't give away the radio magic that we employ here.
We were sitting here quiet for 45 minutes.
Yes, we were sitting in silence for 45 minutes listening to the replay of the audio of the interview. Please, I'll tell you something. This, for the first time...
let me listen to something.
Well, okay. For the first time ever, I gave a bad iTunes review to a podcast. I gave a 2-star review to a podcast. So I would ask our listeners to not give us a 2-star review, but to give us a 5-star review.
What a segue.
Do give us a review in iTunes. I mean, when the host of a podcast has a terrible attitude and just says offensive things, you're not going to have me as a repeat listener.
Are you going to tell us what the podcast is off air?
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Haha, listeners, you don't get to know.
Well, but also the things he said were so offensive, I would never allow them on this podcast anyways. So yes, if you want to review us on iTunes, give us a 5 stars. We'd appreciate that, or whatever your podcast service of choice is. If you don't like us and your urge is to give us 2 or 1 stars, why don't you instead send us an email to drivecheckpodcast@gmail.com letting us know what we're doing wrong so we can try to work with you and improve. We will accept constructive criticism in our email box. If you want to support the program, what is the URL for them to support the program, Jack?
The URL? It's worldwideweb.patreon.com/drivecheck.
Well done. Well done.
I screwed that up the last time I read a link, but this time I didn't screw it up.
Got it.
It's World Wide Web.
World
We got to
Wide
save
Web.
time, guys. We got to save time here on Drive Check.
There's only so many seconds we have to expel words from our mouths. All right. So if you want to reach us on Twitter, if you want to give us an immediate feedback 2-star criticism, we're at drive_check. If you want to reach me directly, I'm at Wash in the Sink. Cole? No. Jack, you're in the middle this week.
Oh boy, I get to be in the middle?
Yeah.
Wow, thanks so much. I am at drive_Jack.
And I am at Cole_McCune, COLE_MCCUNE. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Drive Check Podcast. These aren't enough corpses. Let me fix it here. Roommates came in. Let me move to
No, stop. You broke it. First
I was
off,
hoping
immediate,
and you did, and I'm so happy you did.
immediate errata. It's not these aren't enough corpses. It's there aren't enough corpses.
Oh, I just didn't read that correct.
Yeah,
I wrote it, but I didn't read
somebody
it.
highlighted it. You got to take that highlighting off. Oh, the professionalism of this podcast is dropping down straight into the toilet.
I think it provides some great comedic value that was missing from our earlier episodes.